My name is Gus Olson. I've been meeting and flirting with women in real life for 11 years, and by doing so, I've developed a pretty decent set of social skills. And in this video, I actually want to talk about what does it mean to have social skills and what social skills actually stand for, because most guys want to have great social skills, but they don't know actually what it means. So actually, here's a test. Don't Google this. Just pause the video and really think, what do social skills mean? And each one of you are going to come with a different definition. But what I propose is that actually you have three parts to social skills. So number one is being able to perceive information. So when you're talking to someone, before you do the talking, you have to perceive the other person, how they're looking, how they're acting, how they're standing, how they're communicating. You have to be able to perceive. You have to be able to read social cues, because the perception is going to dictate your response. And the thing is that it's not easy to perceive, and most guys are pretty clueless when it comes to perceptions, and they miss most of the signals that come out of the conversation with someone. So that is number one, being able to perceive. Number two, and this is what most guys concern themselves with, is the theory behind social dynamics. So what does it mean when someone gives you that glance? What does it mean when someone raises the voice? What does it mean to be flirting versus talking? All the social dynamics, all the theory. This is the step number two. This is essentially being able to interpret the social cues. It's being able to process and analyze the information that is coming from step number one. And number three is being able to respond and control your body, your voice, your eye contact. Essentially, when you communicate back to the person, is being able to control your entire body to effectively communicate the message. Now, what is interesting about these three things? The most interesting thing, in my opinion, is that most guys concern themselves purely with trying to master number two. So they're trying to master the ability to understand social dynamics. And they do that by watching tons of videos, reading tons of books, and essentially trying to learn the theory behind social dynamics. But what most guys don't realize is that step number two is the least important aspect of mastering social skills. It's important, I'm not saying it's not important, but what is way more important is the step number one and step number three. And those steps, step one and step number three, you cannot learn this in a book. You cannot learn by watching YouTube videos. You can only learn this by real world practice, by talking to lots of people, by having a lot of interactions, by really being, as we say, in the field, practicing these social skills, talking to a lot of people, interpreting what people say, interpreting different looks, being able to read, perceive information, and then for step number three, being able to, first of all, get yourself in a good state, being able to control your voice on demand, being able to control your eye contact on demand. As we talked about many times on this channel, when you're flirting with a girl, for example, most talking is done by your voice, by your eye contact, by your mannerisms. And you cannot control that, learn how to control those things just by reading a chapter in a book. It's a highly trained skill by repetition. And because of this, if you really want to master social skills, you got to get out there. You will never master social skills by just trying to learn social dynamics and trying to learn the understanding behind social dynamics. And that's the funny thing, is that I feel that my understanding of number two, like understanding social dynamics, is pretty good. But then sometimes I meet guys who they've only trained on number two. And what happens is that when you train on number two and don't train any number one and number three, and essentially you are just becoming a theory junkie, you tend to overanalyze. You actually don't have proper analysis. And that's why when I meet these guys, they go so deep into the dynamics, it actually becomes false. If you truly want to master social skills, if you want to truly master social skills in a romantic setting and be able to flirt with women and have great experiences and adventures, the only way you're going to get there is by going out there and taking real world action. This is Gus Olson, and I'll see you in the next video.